You know, it's funny. I think that I've thought about this, that I would probably be a happier person if I were painting all the time. So this begs the question, well then why the hell aren't you painting all the time? I don't know. It's not so much fear of failure, that sort of thing. And of course, in the old days, your ego was so big that, you know, you wanted to be better than everybody else. You wanted to be more on the cutting edge of things and this and that and the other. And you had so much of this baloney that was going on in your head. At least with old age, you don't have a lot of that. You cut through a lot of that absurdity. So you say, well, you're in a perfect situation then to just relax and do what the heck you want to do. You know, you're not going to be the next Picasso or the next Frank Stella or whatever else. So that's the $64,000 question. Then why in the heck aren't you working? I've had a perfect situation. I built this house, made a perfect studio out of it, got things set up nicely, and then I continue to make excuses to do other things. No. I could maybe pay a psychiatrist to help me out on that. I don't know what it is. You have to be obsessive, you know, you really do. You know, compulsive, and I'm not enough, unfortunately. Had a certain amount of talent, just didn't have the obsession apparently. And I think that's what most great artists have. They can't let it go, you know. And eventually whatever they do, that's their art, you know, and it's their personality that's on canvas or in a book or whatever else, you know. And it's, you can have a lot of talent, and you can jump around, you can be, you know, you can draw things and make them look like other things, or you can be flashy with abstraction of this and that and the other, and you can hop all over the place, be kind of a dilettante. But, you know, it looks surfacey a lot of times. You can see through it. And it's, I've got things that I've liked, that I've done, but I don't necessarily see a common thread running through it. One good thing about the dim light is you don't see the cracks quite so much, you know. Well, here's one right in here. It's fairly, let's see what the date is. Oh yeah. Here's maybe 1997. And I liked this one. Some of it came from that fantastic Greek sculpture, the winged Nike of Samothrace, which you can see in the Louvre. But here's one of the, I guess one of my later ones, and it was, like I say, 97. And I've never figured out a good way to sign a painting. Had a big argument with a woman one time, and she was talking about, oh, isn't art fun? It's so satisfying, and I just feel so good. It just makes me feel so good painting, and da-da-da. I said, well, I can't agree with that at all. I said, it's a very difficult proposition, and I've never thought of painting as fun. Oh, well, and so we went back and forth there, and I realized it was stupid to talk like that, because she was approaching it from a totally different point of view. Oh, no, art is fun, and you know, it's satisfying. And it is, I guess, for a lot of people. But it is pretty well drive you crazy too, you know. There are a lot of people out there that have fantastic, super detailed ability. They can make a reflection of a fly's wing and a droplet of water and whatever else, and you can get very, very super photographic almost. Drawing shouldn't be a photograph. Ultimately, I think it avoids the mystery. There's somehow the mystery of the image has been sucked out somewhere. I mean, it's fascinating how someone can duplicate an image, and then you might just be depending on your facile ability to, you know, your technical ability, and it doesn't have enough mystery behind it somehow. A mystery that might make it alive, make it emotionally powerful. It changed and changed over, I don't know how long, a year maybe or more, and eventually ended up here, and no hand, no turban, and put into a real kind of traditional old masters chiaroscuro lighting, a made-up coat with buttons on it. So that became the solution. When I couldn't figure out how to handle the hand or the turban, I ended up just putting everything in the shadow. How about that? If you're interested in something, do a lot of it. Don't get sidetracked in other things, other activities. And I suppose that's why so many artists tend to be considered by the general public as selfish, you know, because they won't go to the beach with the grandchildren because they're busy doing something, or they won't do this, or they won't go shopping with their wives, or they won't, you know, do the mundane things of life because they feel like they've got more important things to do. So it is a selfish factor, I think. It would be a natural selfishness with the compulsiveness, you know. It's not, you know, the wife then knows it's pointless to ask him to come shop with me, you know, because I might get something thrown at me. Or so, how many times have I told you that I don't want to be disturbed? So I guess maybe I'm just too bourgeois. I I think most artists, writers, musicians, whatever else, they realize that you don't wait for inspiration. You don't wait for the great, blast of ideas. You just go in and work just like a bricklayer or anybody else. And ideas come from the work. I would say just work a great deal, and then just look at stuff you like. Look at a lot of things. Stick with those things you like, and forget about the ones you don't care for. And don't be swayed too much by the avant-garde as to what's in and what's cool and what's being done by everybody else at the time. She wants attention, but she doesn't know how to receive it. You don't know how to receive it, do you? Huh? Come here. Come here. Come on, big cat. But you see, nope. This is that schizo swing where you go from realism to something as abstract as that. And I suppose I never could land on anything that I could stick with long enough to really create something that was personal style.